The internet is already all important and critical to all of our lives, our social lives, our business lives, commerce, everything. But really, we're just starting. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of growth in the internet ahead. There's a massive increase in bandwidth coming from immersive communications experiences. Video is going to get more on demand, and it's going to be higher definition. But also virtual reality is coming, and we now are broadcasting from time to time or unicasting 3D video, which is much more bandwidth hungry. So first, we're going to see a lot more intimacy, immersive communication happening, and it's going to create a tremendous amount of bandwidth growth from here. Second, we're going to have a huge increase in the number of IoT devices, or devices in general that are connected to the network. And this has been forecasted for a while, but the fundamental technology to do this is now in place. Battery technology, processor technology, and short-range communications technology. So we see an explosion then of devices being connected to the network. And that has a secondary effect, which is the network is much more difficult to manage in the future, especially with respect to security. So we just see the network having to become much more high performing. That's normal, we do that every generation, but also a bit more sophisticated in how we manage it and how we secure it. Cloudscale routing is really the next major generation of routing technology. You can think of routing technology as growing up in waves. The first wave, way back when, was enterprise connectivity or enterprise routing. And enterprise routing was about connecting corporations, actually at the time, multi-protocol routing. The next major wave was, of course, internet, birth of the internet, and that brought on a whole new set of routing technology to deal with the scale of the internet, the global scale and BGP routing. And the third phase, which was just about a decade ago, was really service routing. And what that was when we decided to put all services on top of the IP protocol or on top of the internet. Voice over IP, video on IP, private networks on IP. So all communications are on the internet foundation. Cloudscale routing is the next major step, and it's addressing the issues that I just mentioned, which are the proliferation of devices and the intense increase in bandwidth that we're seeing from cloud and its applications. So cloud-scale routing addresses both challenges that operators have right now. First, how do I continue to scale and stay ahead of the curve in a cost-effective way? But second, and importantly, how do I build an even more stable network? Because the importance of the network is only going up, and the implications of it not being available are more severe. So we have to grow bandwidth incredibly aggressively and cost-effectively at the same time securing the network and making the network more reliable than ever. These are the things we're having to do with our customers and our customers are facing, and this is how cloud-scale routing addresses those issues.